Hey, welcome to Talk Haunted to Me live at Hauntlanta 2025. I'm Chris.
And I'm also Chris.
Hey, yeah, we had to say that a lot today. Actually.
Yeah, the amount of people where it's like Chris and Chris.
Yes, but you don't have to remember a lot of names. It's one name and one name only.
Yep.
Yeah. Say it twice, just as nice.
Or Chris squared.
Oh, there you go.
That makes it easier. Less syllables.
They're rocking out right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a DJ blasting out on the other side here. There's tons of vendors, tons of celebrities. This is a pretty dope event.
Yeah.
Oh wait, am I supposed to? Should I hide my? Oh no, it fell. Sorry, Jaeger. No, sorry, Yingling, not Jaeger.
Yeah, it's tradition with every podcast. We have to.
Yeah, we're drinking a little bit.
Yeah, we got here, Russian Blue Moon. Is that what
it's called?
Yeah, Russian Blue Moon.
Yeah, it's a coffee drink. I don't want
drinking the most boring beer on the planet.
So yeah,
that is phenomenal.
We were nervous because it was going to be a very sober episode, is what we thought, until there was a bar in the conference area. We were like, oh crap, this is not really a Talk On to Me podcast without free flowing alcohol.
It's true, some kind of themed drink going on.
Yeah.
But instead, you got a beer.
I have another themed drink over there. Don't worry about it.
I think we're all waiting.
Just wanted a little Jaeger.
Yeah.
No, Jaeger. I keep saying Jaeger. I don't have Jaeger. I have Yingling.
Yeah, that company's coming
after you. I
don't really
like Jaeger.
Yeah, just hold that up. Be like Jaeger.
Yeah, no, Yingling. Yeah, I was afraid if we did the sober thing, we'd have to pull off the whole on a very serious episode of Talk On It to Me. You have a drinking problem. You sound like my wife and my mom and my kids.
Just put it down. It's
and my parole officer. No, the pastor at that church I don't even go to. Everything. Yeah, it's
the intervention sitting in the corner.
Yeah. I've actually got one back up at the hotel room. Yeah. But yeah, we're at Lake Lanier Islands Legacy Lodge. Really, really nice, swanky
the
place up here.
Yeah. Building's beautiful. Yeah, especially the lobby. It's definitely got like a Twin Peaks vibe to it. Anyone's ever seen the show? The hotel looks very similar to it.
I go to the restaurants occasionally for their good food.
Yeah.
Good food.
Yeah. They're I know, enjoyable. Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, it's fine. it's all right. I go for the food and the plaid. Yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're gonna. Right now, it's just us. We have a few people lined up that are going to come out, and we're going to talk to them a little bit throughout the day. Then tomorrow, start again.
Yeah.
We can start earlier tomorrow, since we've actually got everything set up.
A little longer tomorrow. Yeah. Just a little bit of a setup today.
Yeah, we're here to laugh, live, love.
Get to know the other vendors.
Cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cry. Just a little crying.
Yeah, just a smidge.
Yeah.
Just a smidge of crying.
I think the alcohol helps, though. I think there'll be less crying. Or will there be more crying?
Fair enough. I don't know. Yeah, last night we had a really good pair of drinks. We tried their Lanier Punch and then their Rum Runner, which is really good, too.
Rum Runner was phenomenal.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a little fruity drinks for us. I don't drink the hardcore stuff as much.
I mean, yeah, sometimes the fruity drinks are just better.
They are better. They taste amazing. It's a party in your mouth.
Just a little bit of pineapple juice.
Yeah. Party in your mouth because you're vomiting, and just like a party. No, it was really good. So yeah, we've got vendors from all over here. So it's actually it's a paranormal conference or a Paracon, whatever. But they're doing horror as well. Mm-hmm. They've started branching into horror. Now hasn't fully got its foothold. This is the first year I think they've done that. So we've got a few people from Walking Dead that are here. You got some people from different ghost shows, like big time ghost shows here. You can find everywhere.
Yeah.
You've got hot sauce vendor. We're hoping to get on in a little bit.
Gonna do a little bit of a taste test.
Yeah, I hope it's gonna be fun. They're
making more announcements.
They're making announcements. trying to get someone to do a tattoo. There's a tattoo artist on the floor.
You still getting your first one today?
I'm thinking about it, man. I haven't got my official mock-up yet. I gave him the idea, sent him a picture through text, and he was going to mock it up and then give me a quote. So,
well, your only requirement was to make it sexy, and I'm thinking our little ghost here with some lingerie. I think would be the perfect first tattoo.
Yeah, if it's got its back and booty turned and it's just turning around with a little, was it Betty Boop or Betty Bop or whatever?
Yeah, I think you should do that. Yeah,
I think that would be hot.
Yeah,
that'd be totally hot right now. Yeah, but speaking of hot sauce would be really dope.
Yeah,
but they got all kinds of vendors. It's like there's a person with books that's selling over here. Got a really cool app developer and website group that's really cool. We're gonna hope to bring on in a minute.
Yeah, their application they designed is incredible.
Yeah, it's really dope. I think there's a Medium over there doing readings. Just tons of stuff.
See if we should do one of those tomorrow as well.
I think you should.
I think a reading would be good. Yeah.
And we'll be walking around later on, either later on today or we might do it tomorrow. But we are going to take some of this mobile, so we'll go to the vendors if we can. If they can't come over here, obviously we don't want to force them to do anything they can't do.
Yeah, no one likes a camera in their face.
Yeah, we don't want them to move from their table and lose a cell too. So
understandable.
But yeah, it should be a fun next 2 days.
Yeah.
There's some crazy events going on the next 2 nights. I think there's a big panel tonight with different actors and investigators and all that. That's going to be awesome. And then
I think dinner and drinks are also included with that.
Dinner,
drinks. Yeah, you purchased the ticket. Yep.
Tomorrow night is a St. Patty's party because, we're in that space. So they're doing a big St. Patty's Day but with a horror and paranormal twist to it. So they really want you to, come dressed, however, with as much flair as you need. So I got my flair.
You show up dressed as like a shamrock with a knife. Like, how do we?
Yeah, it wouldn't. I just dressed up as Chucky, but put on like a leprechaun outfit. I think that would win. I think there's like a contest. I don't know.
He's wearing like a shirt that says "Kiss me, I'm Irish."
Yes. Kill me, I'm Irish.
Kill me, I'm Irish.
I say that daily.
And it says you're not wearing green or something like that.
Pinch me, stab me.
Yeah, pinch me, stab. Yeah,
choke me. No,
choke. Yeah, I don't know if it's that kind of party.
It should be that kind of party.
I don't think they're going for that theme.
Should be, but they're doing it all outside in this like tent pavilion kind of setup, which is really cool. I'm hoping the storm doesn't ruin that tomorrow night. But the fact that it is laid out and it's right there on the lake, actually overlooking the lake and overlooking the moon. The blood moon stuff was yesterday.
Yeah, we got to stay up till 3 a.m. for that.
Yeah,
got to see that at its peak.
That was rough. I'm trying to pull that off, but
there was no way last night.
But yeah, thanks for joining us today, being Pie Day.
Yes. Yeah, and but not the good pie though.
No. This is a pie that makes you miserable.
Yeah,
it's not a good apple or I don't know, pumpkin or pecan or.
That's the one that makes me glad I'm not in high school anymore. That kind of pie day. Yeah.
Yeah, but whatever happens. So yeah, we've had some really good discussions with people. Really fun. If anybody has not come out, they should come out. This is really, really fun.
And it's just good company all around. Everyone's very relaxed. Everyone's walking around talking to each other. It's not super intimidating. It's just a really good environment.
Yeah, and we were talking to someone earlier, and they brought up a really good point that it's a lot of like-minded people. So while you might find yourself judged if you're like just sitting around the water cooler and you're like, oh yeah, I'm into this ghost stuff. There's no kink shaming here, is what I'm trying to say. Just don't want to talk about the kink shaming. But no,
there's other conventions for that.
Oh, fair enough. The furry one's down the road.
There's a convention for that.
Yeah, I think that's right over here, right behind us.
Is that the law clerk one?
Yes, I think that's it. It's law clerk during the day, furries at night.
Yeah.
But no, what they were saying is it's definitely not nearly as they feel more comfortable because there's other people that experience what you experience, so you're not ashamed to talk about that kind of stuff. and just like-minded people. So it's really, really cool. Getting to talk to a lot of different people here, doing different things has been exciting so far and only going to get better. So
yeah. I think the thing I love the most is that, the way like the special guests are set up, you can just walk back there, have a conversation with them. Yeah. There's no like extra ticket prices or anything like that. You don't have to pay for a photograph. At the moment, like it's very open to just, get to know everyone. And I think that's the best.
Yeah. The only thing I so you pay for the ticket to come here, and then the events do cost extra, but in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that crazy on the event because food, drinks are provided, which that alone here is pretty expensive. Lake Lanier Lodge, Legacy Lodge, it's good food. Don't get me wrong. It's not, you're not buying a McDonald's cheeseburger for $25. That's not how that works here. We had the barbecue patty melt, basically, essentially.
That was
Texas
almost
toast
too good.
That was crack.
Yeah. And the sweet potato fries that came with it.
Yeah, I had collard greens, but those things were amazing.
I'm sorry.
Shut up, man. That thing was so good. Braised collard greens. That thing was amazing.
Tender,
perfect. And
I'm not 75, so I'm not trying to get on my collard greens.
But you were dressed like you were 75 yesterday.
That's true. I did wear that. Yeah.
We also had the pork belly.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty good.
Good appetizer. That sauce.
Yeah.
What was that?
The only difference, the only difficulty probably here is trying to stay healthy. That might be an issue.
That's not going to happen this weekend.
No. Especially since there's a bar at this convention right over there, and then the really good food they have here.
Most dangerous thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a dangerous event for sure, but an awesome event. Like I said, we have some stuff here. We have some swag. We have new buttons. If anybody is interested online, hit us up. But we have a couple of our new buttons that will become shirts. We haven't had time to build out the shirts yet. EMFers is one. You can't really see it, but our EMFer shirt. And then we have another shirt, Ask Me About My Rim Jobs.
That's got to be my favorite.
Yeah. REM. So you're obviously, there was no pun intended for that. It was totally just ask me about how I use a REM pod.
Yeah, that's exactly what you were thinking when you set that pin up.
Yeah, I don't know why everyone's giving me weird looks when I show them that pin.
I don't know, maybe because it's like a circle.
Yeah, I mean it is a circle.
Yeah.
And it's fairly small, but yeah, right there. That's really cool. So I have 3 pieces of flare. How many do you have?
I have 1.
I'm just saying that I have 3 pieces of flare. So.
Yeah, what you're saying is I need to wear more flare.
Well, no, I'm not saying you need to wear flare. I'm just saying you should want to wear more flare.
Well, what's the minimum amount of flare? You just tell me what the minimum is, and then I'll just decide what I want to wear from there.
Jennifer Aniston has nothing on you, sir.
Yeah. And
No, just getting a little quiet. Why is it getting quiet? Something's happening. I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah, it's getting very quiet.
I think they're moving towards probably another event or something. But yeah, this is a really cool place.
Yeah.
We need to start grabbing some people to pull, not forcefully, but we need to start pulling people in.
Yeah, we'll be doing intermissions throughout the live broadcast, just as we start pulling in guests, get reset back up. So
I wish y'all could see what we see right now. So there is a craft vendor here, and she's got these weird swirly hanging balls. That sounds a lot worse than what I'm trying to portray.
I don't think it's sounding less like a compliment at this point.
Yeah. Anyways, these really cool decorations they've got hung up, and it's different designs and stuff. It's really, really cool. I actually really want some. I wish I could get them custom. I don't know if they'll do custom. But yeah, they kind of look like God, what are those things? They're like the Chinese New Year. They throw up those lantern kind of things.
It looks like what the inspiration is.
Yeah. But they're really, really, really cool, and I need to find out how to get some. But yeah,
I think you just buy one.
Shut up, man! I don't want to buy.
You think you walk up and you present
I'm trying to figure out another way to get it.
And you buy it.
Look, I'm just trying to figure out a way to get it. Do I buy it? What is he saying?
I don't think this is a bartering convention.
What is he saying? I don't know what he just said. He said something. I'm assuming it's important.
They're serving food.
They're feeding. There's a feeding going on.
Do we get food?
I doubt it. Yeah. We had to pay for our drinks. We're not that famous. I'm not hungry. I'm filling up on carbs right now. And then I'm gonna have my serving of fruit in a minute here.
Ooh, yeah, got to get those. Yeah. Well, is it 8 fruits a day? Is it? Yeah. You're gonna need 7 more of those.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, I do get to eat a cherry. That's healthy. Now this is a Maraschino or whatever cherry, so there's no nutrients left in it.
You need like candied. 7 of those to be 1 apple, and then you still need 7 more apples.
No, that's not 1 apple. That's that. There's no nutrient value in one of those cherries. Have you ever seen them make them?
No.
It's basically bleached white. So they take everything out of it and then they add the coloring. It's like you don't want to watch it. If you like those cherries, do not watch that. Like how to make them.
I try not to watch how it's made because I enjoy food and I just don't want to know.
Yeah, I just avoid the whole hot dog videos too because like they're brutal. I mean, I've seen them, but I don't like to watch them.
Those are a horror video by themselves. Yeah. Like
it takes me at least about 5 minutes after watching that video before I'm able to eat a hot dog again because I really don't have
5 minutes. It took me 5 years before I was able to eat a hot dog again.
I was like, that's horrible. All right, hot dog. You want to get a hot dog? Now that we're talking about hot dog.
Yeah, hot dogs sound great. I'm going to pull up that video so I can psych myself out of it.
Yeah, I just don't want to eat the hot dog. Maybe whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're going to be trying to pull some people in a minute. Let them kind of talk about why they're here, what they're doing. Ask the hard questions.
We do have some hard questions to ask. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah, like the one everyone wants to know, obviously, is pineapple on pizza. Yes or no?
Yeah.
And we're gonna dig down to find the answers that you request. And I'm basically just talking to my own video. It's me right there. See?
Yeah, it's just you watching.
It's just me. I'm talking to myself right now.
Yeah. So
and
these are the questions we're gonna.
I'm gonna ask the tough questions. And I'm hoping that like the hot sauce guy. I'm hoping I'm gonna try the hottest hot sauce they got here and see how it is. So you'll see me choking, possibly dying on live on film. This could become a snuff film.
There'll be tears of joy.
Yeah, this could become a snuff film. I'm just saying.
If you fall on the floor, I'll angle the camera down. I'll make sure no one misses it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's not going to call 911 or try to get someone to help me. He's just going to film the whole thing.
Well, I thought that's what most people do nowadays.
Yeah. True enough. I agree fully.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna probably jump into a little quick intermission, trying to line up who we're gonna meet, who we're gonna bring on first, shortly. So
yeah,
we'll grab someone on, we'll ask a few questions, let them tell you who they are and all that fun stuff. I think it'll be fun. So we've met a few people. They've all been really, really nice. They all seem to know their stuff. And well, you missed out on the opportunity to get that picture, right? Or you're not going to do it? It's too much money.
I don't know. I love the design. Maybe later. Maybe later. I got to find a safe place to hide it.
Why don't you can just get the poster, right, and then frame it.
Yeah, I might do that. Yeah.
They've got a really nice Jay and Silent Bob
canvas print. Yeah.
They also have posters of it, so he's gonna.
There's also a Millennium Falcon artwork over there. Looks like it was. I can't tell what it's made with, but I'm gonna head over there. I might be leaving with that because guilty Star Wars fan. Looks incredible from here.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd probably be smart.
Yeah.
Trying to get that bring out that cash money.
Yeah.
Buy it. But yeah, so we'll be running through here throughout the day. You might see some more posts and stuff as we wander through some reels and all that fun stuff. But stay tuned. We will continue this throughout the day, and hope y'all enjoy.
Yeah.
So Unfortunately, we can't reach the computer.
Yeah, so. the awkward part of not thinking ahead.
Oh, that song's dope. I'm like awkwardly in this live feed right now. It's pretty great.
And we're back.
And we are back. Welcome back. You can be seen. That thing's just popped up. So you're good. Okay. You're good. You're in the camera. Yeah, the monitor we have is got some like options that popped over, so that's why there's some confusion there. Hey man, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah, he's actually our neighbor vendor here. So you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. My name's Drew.
Talk a little bit more in the mic.
Oh, you do that. Sorry, I'm not so used to this. All right, is that good?
Yeah, it's perfect. You just think about like fist, like that.
Okay, cool, yeah. Perfect. All right, so my name's Drew. I'm with Horror Struck Hot Sauce. I'm based out of Atlanta, so got this cool little booth over here. But so yeah, everything is locally grown in downtown Atlanta, and yeah, grown by me, seed to sauce. Yeah, pretty cool.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
You have a few different flavors. Like, you can run through some of these.
Yeah. So I've got 5 flavors right now. Okay. The original sauce that I created, Lament Configuration's on the table right now, but the ones that we have right here, this one here is Devil's Backbone, which is a medium-style taco sauce. Think like Taco Bell Fire almost. It's kind of the reason I created it, because got drunk and ordered like $60 worth of Uber Eats.
Fair enough.
And I was like, how can I throw all these packets away? And so yeah, they're either in your junk drawer or in the trash. So I've made my own. And then Bela Lugosi's Dead. That one's Carolina Reapers, habaneros, lots of garlic. I'd say that's pretty much a fan favorite. And then the new one here is the Big Bad Jojo. And that one is blueberry, blackberry, peaches, ghost peppers, and habanero as well.
All right. Yeah. That's what I'm going to try in a minute. Be good times. And you said you had a couple others, didn't you? You said like the lemon.
Yeah,
like a lemon one?
Yeah, so there's East Atlanta Phantom, which is a lemon pepper hot, which, I mean, if you're in Atlanta, you have to have lemon pepper.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of what we're known for. But East Atlanta Phantom is my little ode to Gucci Mane. And then the last one is Lament Configuration, which is the first sauce I ever created, which is ginger, turmeric, coriander, Scotch bonnet peppers, dragon's breath peppers, a little bit of cumin in there as well.
Okay. Cool. And so have you done, you said this is probably your first paranormal conference, not your first conference by a long shot, but the first paranormal one, right?
Yeah. So this one's pretty interesting because it's kind of something that's like, I think is really, really cool. And I'm like super into. I'm big into aliens and ghosts and stuff. I'm not allowed to cuss, am I?
There you go.
Okay, sorry.
Fuck it.
I've been really trying to like hold my, mind my P's and Q's and everything. But yeah, first paranormal con, I do primarily horror conventions. So
sure.
A lot of horror movie stuff, which I mean, it's kind of where this whole thing started, basically.
Yeah, with Horror Struck. I mean,
Horror Struck. It's a combination of two things, but Horror Struck means shock and awe. So horror movies give you shock and awe. So does hot sauce. So that's kind of how it all came to be. And I was, at the time, I was, making this stuff in my garage. Not anymore, but because that's illegal. But I was making it in the garage at the time and just throw on a horror movie and just hang out in the backyard, basically. So
yeah, the fact that you're able to do it all, like basically from like source, like growing it from farm to table, I guess is what we would say.
Yeah,
farm to bottle.
I say seed to sauce.
Seed to sauce.
Yeah. So everything is generational from me. So all the peppers are seeds that I've that continue to save,
right,
and use for the next year. So yeah, it's really interesting. It's a lot of fun to kind of see how a seed progresses, and how the peppers progress from year to year. So it was a challenge I wanted to take on, and I'm big into like recipe creation as well. So
okay. I have to ask this. My ask this for everybody.
Yeah.
But pineapple on a pizza, yay or nay?
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Sacrilege.
Hold on, that can still be construed as yay or nay. So nay, I'm assuming.
That's
nay.
A huge nay.
Nay, okay.
No,
right, cool.
Man.
Cool. Like, all right. What? I prefer it, but whatever.
You do?
Yeah, I do like it. I like that little sweet to come with the like cuts through the sauce a little bit.
Podcast. So.
All right, yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, I mean, I get what you're saying. You get a little bit of that acidity or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I understand. I do have a pineapple sauce that I made.
Oh, really?
That it's not on the table right now. It was a collaboration with actually another podcast.
Okay.
But and I dig the sauce. I really, really do. But just I don't know. There's something about that sweetness. I'm more savory when it comes to pizza. Jalapenos and pepperoni. That's like the key match made in heaven when it comes to pizza.
Yeah, I like a nice supreme pizza, but with jalapenos added to it.
Yes,
so it's phenomenal.
Yeah, supreme pizza.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, the brininess of some olives, like perfect.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. I wish y'all could see the space, and we'll probably just add it on social media. We'll fire something off.
We'll cut that in.
But we got to show kind of your setup because it's really cool. He went all out on the booth there, so there's some an old TV. It's pretty wild. What's playing on there right now?
Right now is Tremors.
Tremors,
classic.
Kevin Bacon's best role.
Great movie.
Agreed.
I like 1 and I like 2. The rest I'm not as happy about. But as the money to produce it went down, so the quality wasn't as great, and then you started losing your main actors more and more. Well, but you got Burt. That's about it.
You got Burt throughout all of them, but you unfortunately have Jamie Kennedy in quite a few of them.
Yeah,
but I do have like a soft spot for him. You know, they went from I think what ended up happening with Tremors is you started you create this franchise or whatever. But then they realized the potential of it with the Sci-Fi Channel. Yeah. So you get like Sharknado and these sort of low budgety. I could just throw whatever CGI at a movie and make it work kind of thing. And that's what I think that they saw in Tremors. They're like, all right, well, we need another franchise to be able to just crank these out, and that's what they went with. I think pretty much because I think they all premiered on Sci-Fi Channel. Probably.
Yeah, I feel like almost like it. As they grow more and more movies, it ends up going like they get away from like the seriousness. I mean, as serious as you can with a giant worm underground, but like it's like the first movie seemed like a more of a serious horror movie. Considering, second one was a little more comedic, but still on that same line, and it just gets more comedic as it goes through. Sort of like the Sharknado stuff, and pretty much like that. Like if they kind of almost like they make fun of themselves towards that middle to end piece.
It's funny because I mean through doing the horror movie conventions and stuff, you meet a lot of filmmakers.
Yeah.
And I have no qualms with terrible movies. I think.
Oh, I love terrible movies.
Yeah, like
makes for a good Friday night.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
Yo, have you been down Tubi rabbit hole? Tubi's,
yes, I have.
By the way, Tubi is the best streaming service on earth. I probably should pay for it because I feel bad. But
you mean you do pay for it?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely, Tubi, sponsor me, please. Yeah. I love you so much.
There's 70s, 80s horror gems that they have.
Yeah, but even like nowadays, it's so easy to get your movie on Tubi. So anybody's throwing these, brand new stuff on a streaming service and having the opportunity, which I think is so incredible. I've met a lot of filmmakers, low budget filmmakers. On my table, there's 3 films over there. There's the same guy. But they are the lowest of the low, and it's like Murderitaville, which is fantastic.
This sounds amazing.
Killer Kites. The best tagline I ever heard. It says, "A kite might not be the scariest monster, but it's up there."
I like it.
That's phenomenal.
That's good.
Yeah.
That makes the movie right there. I know what you're talking about.
Sewer gators. I mean, this dude's making schlock, but you can tell like by talking to him just how passionate he is about it, even though he knows and he will recognize that this is a terrible movie, you should buy it. There's some beauty in that. I think it's incredible. I love that.
I think it's made a comeback. It's made a comeback too, that whole like genre. It's like, it's like you can make it like that, like you're not having to do this like ridiculously polished Hollywood movie. People actually are craving this more low budget movies.
There's 100% a market for that, and you have to respect it. You have to, you can't be that type of filmmaker you just can't be that type of filmmaker without passion, right? Because like there's not necessarily a whole lot of money in it, and you're probably just spending all your money on it with zero return. But that means that you love it, and I think that is super cool.
Yeah. When I used to do music, we a lot of my guys were at this college, and one of the guys there was doing a film called Stabbin' Cabin.
Oh my gosh.
I've showed them the trailer of it.
I can't believe that movie exists.
Yeah. So we
even VHS wouldn't want that movie.
We had 2 songs in it. It was a really cool idea. I think that they were able to do that and involve the rest of the classes, and one of the professors was actually in the movie as well. He played like the country store clerk, a lot of the like Pet Cemetery and stuff. Like a lot of harm up there.
Oh, that house, you don't want to go in that house.
There's a lot of stabbing in that cabin. He was pretty solid in it. But it was they had very high hopes for that movie, and now it didn't quite pan out. I think they thought it was gonna be a feature length movie, and it ended up being 45 minutes long. And then they didn't really get distribution on it, but it was cool, and we knew a lot of people that were in it and had a lot of fun. And we had 2 songs in it. Our only gripe was one of our songs was built as like part of this big build up scene, where it's like because the song builds and grows, and there's like a cliff, and it hits off and just blows through.
Yeah,
and person's running through the woods while it's building and building and building and building, and then the song goes to that part where it hits and nothing happens.
Oh
and no! I was like,
they didn't crescendo your crescendo.
Yeah, it didn't do nothing.
No.
So, but yeah, the concept was great. Now the spelling's off because it looks like it says Staben Cabin. But there you go.
I think if you're gonna make a movie, you gotta at least have spell check.
And that's what they wanted to match the stabbing with the cabin, but I was like, you need the 2 B's for that. So it's
no.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
It doesn't work that way.
No, it didn't work out. But he actually did really well. He did another one that got on. Was it Thriller? That the TV or the streaming service, the early one.
I'm trying to think of what that. Shudder?
No, it wasn't Shudder. It was Thriller. They did like a little like shorts. They had like a video shorts. And I think it was like maybe a 3-minute or 5-minute clip thing called like No Laughing Matter or something. I don't know, something weird. Really cool though. He got on that, and that was a much better for what it was, like an abstract kind of shot. It was really cool. So
I'm into that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll take anything. I think it's great. I think if you have that ability to do it and you're making something and from your own, brain or creativity, by all means, just go for it.
Oh yeah. Being able to do that stuff, being able to express your creativity and stuff is just incredible regardless. And I support it anytime.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's honestly, the main reason or drive rather why I did this. Like, I used to be in the craft brewing industry, so I worked for a few breweries, and recipe creation, stuff like that. And when I stopped doing that, I still needed that sort of outlet, the creative outlet, because that was my creative outlet.
Yeah.
So this allowed me and afforded me the opportunity to do something like that. And also it gives me an opportunity to kind of, ingratiate myself into a community that I absolutely adore. Like the people that I meet at conventions and stuff like that, I just, it's unlike anything else really, because it's, and I know this sounds stupid, and I won't call it like a humble brag, but I don't care if you buy something. I really don't. As long as because the amount of times that people walk by and they go, I don't like hot sauce. And I'm like, well, the reason for the TV. Yeah, no, absolutely. But the reason for the TV is because, all right, well, cool. Well, do you want to talk about this movie that we're watching right now?
Yeah.
Or is this something that interests you? I'm like, there's a chair over there. Pull it up, man. Let's hang out. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, if I add some sort of value to your life and whatever interaction that we have at these horror movie conventions, I'm into that. That's cool. Like, got to talk to you guys today. That's pretty cool. I mean, I love it.
Yeah. We had someone just a little while ago that was talking to us, and they were bringing up that it's a group, like a gathering where you don't feel weird talking about these kind of things, because you start getting into some of the more fringe or whatever, not even fringe, like you just talk normal stuff on paranormal horror. A lot of people give you a weird look.
Oh yeah.
But being at a place where everyone else kind of is in the same realm and they're like, oh dude, that's dope. Yeah, I love that too. That kind of thing.
I checked myself over here with these folks over here with this app.
Yeah.
I had to check myself because they were like, oh yeah, and then you this app you can kind of share it with other people or whatever. I said, oh, that's really cool. I would love to use this app because I have a room in my house that's kind of fucked up. And I was like, kind of checked myself. And I was like, oh, that's stupid. Like, they don't believe me. But I'm like, I'm at a paranormal convention. Like, I'd be like the first person all these people would believe, like that would believe you kind of thing. And you're right. Like I'm hesitant to tell a lot of the stories that I have because, people just think you're kind of strange, but even you're here and you're kind of welcome unless it's strange.
Yeah.
I mean, I've told this story to a few people about almost, I'm assuming almost being abducted by aliens. And I have to be very selective about telling people. My wife will roll her eyes every time I tell a story because she's just like, oh, here we go, this old chestnut. But I digress. But like, that's the type of thing. You're right. It's like, this is one of the few places where you kind of belong and everyone's probably here with some sort of experience. And I think that's pretty neat. So,
or at least they're open to it. What I've mentioned to a lot of people, because I know plenty of skeptics, and I'm just like, I cannot convince you one way or another. You could think it's a sleight of hand, like I took a picture and then edited it, or maybe it's something you'll rationalize your way out of it.
AI,
the only way you're gonna feel AI, that's making it worse. So the only real way a skeptic is going to believe is if something happens to them they can't explain.
Right.
And so I don't hold it against anybody. If you don't believe me, don't believe me. But it is refreshing to be around people who aren't going to just immediately not believe you.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, oh, yeah. Well, that sounds similar to this that happened to me. So
yeah, like most people you tell these types of stories to, they go, "Wow, that's crazy."
Yeah,
it's not. Whatever ends this conversation.
Let me get you out of this conversation.
Yeah, I have a friend who's a psychiatrist. If you like to just start talking,
or they're the psychiatrists themselves. Like, I'm free every Tuesday from 3 to 5.
Yeah. You're seeing things. Wow, that's crazy.
But I had a weird experience that as a family, we were camping up in what's it called? Lake Conasauga. It's off on top of a mountain in North Georgia. It's really cool. It's a lake on top of a mountain. The Conasauga River comes out of it. And we were camping, and there was this strange. We were in the tent, and we hear this strange like sound hovering over the mountain.
Whoa!
Like loud, and it wouldn't move. Like it was there. And everyone's like, "What's going on?" No one was brave enough to get out of it because we had a bear come through our campground the night before, so no one was like brave enough to get out at night. So we just kind of sat there, and it didn't sound like a helicopter. It didn't move, so it just sat there over the treetops, over the mountain, and it finally kind of just went off, and you could hear it just kind of trail off. It was a crazy thing.
That's insane, because that's where North Georgia was where my encounter happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I don't know where that is exactly.
Right.
Maybe it was like nearby. I don't know.
Could be.
And I was camping.
Yeah.
So, but
where at North Georgia were you camping?
The Broad River, is that what it's called? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like up more. I think it's more past Athens, maybe.
Okay, so on the eastern side of Georgia.
Yeah.
Side. But is that near like Lake Raven and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Cool.
But that's crazy though. Because the experience was nuts.
Yeah. So I've never heard anything. I never heard anything before that sounded like it, or after that sounded like it. To this day. It's just it was this weirdest sound. It was like a reverberation, like that, and it was loud, and it was over the mountain. It was hovering over the mountains, right above us.
It sounded like large.
Yeah, very large.
Okay,
it was large, and just this, like I didn't hear any blaze. I mean, I know there's a lot of helicopters that are pretty silent, but it just at the time it was like that was probably mid 90s, early 90s, mid 90s.
Oh,
and it was just like because I was young, I was like,
but you'll remember that.
Oh yeah,
you remember,
never forget
like
it. Yeah, never forget that or the bear. So
or the bear.
Yeah, as we were leaving, they had a giant cage. They were coming to catch the bear.
No way.
Yeah, it was wild. They're coming down. The mountain they've changed. Like they've actually made it a park, like a real park, and I think there's probably a paved road up to it now, but when we went, it was a dirt road, and it was like one lane essentially, and it took forever to go up that mountain. You're going all the way around, like in circles as you go up. There's like a couple little cuts into the mountain where you could come off the side if someone was coming. It was like isolated.
You got to like pull over just barely enough, and half your tires hanging off the edge.
There was nothing. There was no. It was the most primitive camping you could do. There was like no really no ranger station that I could remember that we ever saw. Definitely no bathrooms, nothing like that. You're out there on your own. You're doing they had railroad ties that blocked you in for your tent to be able to put up. So that was it. Really fun. Place is amazing. The water's beautiful. Where it was. I haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I often find myself saying the only reason I go camping is because I just want to re-experience that, just to know that like I'm validated in what I experienced, kind of thing. Because I tell people and I tell people a story and they're like, whoa, that's like super crazy. But like I don't have any there's no proof of it. So I wish that I could aliens come at me, bro. Let's go.
And that's why I go back to the skeptic thing. Why would a skeptic believe you? You're not going to have the evidence for it. They weren't there to experience it, so they can't really experience what you experienced. So their mind's going to immediately go to, well, what could it have been that was not that? What is known that I can do? And that's a good way to understand stuff from a scientific standpoint. But at the same time, it's a lot easier to talk to people who've had a very similar, if not the same experience.
Yeah.
Because then they get it. Skeptics not going to necessarily get it if they've never had that experience. And I don't blame them for that.
Right. Yeah. I believe you. I believe that you heard what you heard, kind of thing. Sorry. And the same thing is I believe when we were talking earlier about, your house haunting. I believe you, man. Yeah. I don't have any other explanation for it. You're telling me something that seems on the outside improbable, but what else is there out there? There's got to be more to it. So let's go with that first. Then we'll deduce everything else. There's no way you can prove it. And there's no way I can prove it. So whatever. We're just gonna go with the flow.
Awesome. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say to everyone? So check you out where we can check them out, website wise.
You can go on my website, horrorstruckhotsauce.com. Okay. I love a good Instagram follow. If you could just follow me, Horrorstruck Hot Sauce, all one word. You can kind of keep up with me on a bunch of different things. You can see where I'm going to be next, that kind of stuff. And just for just some cool content and stuff. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been fantastic. And check me out, please. That'd be great. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we'll be here the next 2 days. You will too, right? You're here for all of it?
We're here for a long time and a good time.
And a good time.
Yeah. I'm stoked. I'm just here. I'm just happy to be here. Yeah. I'm going to think of this as a little mini vacation. The resort this place is on is really super cool. You got the lake. You guys want to go play some golf?
No, I don't. But yeah, okay. I'm not a golf person.
Sooner jump in that lake than.
I don't know. Game Changer seems really exciting though. I might go do some games.
Oh yeah, that'd be tight. Yeah. Let's do some games. Mm-hmm. We can go jump in the haunted lake.
No, it's not haunted.
Is that something that the park officials don't want anybody to know?
They said not to discuss it. But
oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah.
So all right.
It's not. It is not.
There is nothing wrong with that lake.
That lake is amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely nobody dies here.
And the temperature is perfect.
100%.
Great place. Lots of boating. Lots of fishing. Great fishing. Great. There's a beach. It's really awesome. Mm-hmm. And a water park that's really fun.
There's a Margaritaville.
Yeah, there is.
Is that open? It wasn't open yesterday.
Oh, really? I don't know. It might be.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Is the
Jimmy Buffett died here?
You did?
Yeah. That's why his ghost haunts Margaritaville over in Lake Lanier.
Womp womp womp. No, is Margaritaville the one that's on the lake, or is there?
Yeah. It's
the
one
you
ride
ride
the
up?
beach, and it's got the beach and the water. I think it's got the water park on it too.
Yeah, because I thought there was a place where you can pull up to the place and
you can pull up to it. Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
It's kind of neat.
There's one in I think it was Gulf Shores. I went to this place and they have that where you can pull your boat up to the dock, get on the dock, go up and get food, and then jump back in your boat and leave.
Yeah, that's what we typically do when I'm up here at the lake, over at my brother and sister-in-law's house.
Yeah,
we'll usually go over there or go to the bar across the lake or something like that. But absolutely, 100%. Don't drink and boat.
That's true.
That's why all those people are dead in the lake.
Yeah,
that haunt this place.
That's when we
not haunt this place.
Not haunt this place. We talked earlier. People were like, oh, there's all these crazy drownings. I'm like, yeah, but you have a bar on the lake, like, and people are driving up on boats. What do you think? But yeah, well, thanks for joining us, man.
Oh, did I just put a damper on this whole thing? Oh man, I'm gonna get you guys in trouble. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Okay.
We're just not allowed to come back. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh wow.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Not even a record. We've been turned away when we opened the door. No.
It's only Friday.
I know, right?
And they're like, oh, you guys?
No, it's these guys. But yeah, man.
Did you want to try the sauce? You want to try it?
Oh yeah, we gotta do that. Oh god. Yeah. So it's this one, right?
That's the latest one, the Big Bad JoJo. That's my like little Killer Clown reference. I think that's the sausage.
Yeah, I grabbed it out of the middle.
Yeah,
so that was it, right?
Blackberry, blueberry, peaches, ghost pepper, and habanero. Get a big pour.
Just know the camera can see your tears.
All right. It's like Baskin Robbins if Baskin Robbins hated me.
They do.
Put that on ice cream.
Let me smell it first. It smells really good.
It's got like a nice little kick to it.
That's really good. That's really good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, that's really good.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right.
I'm not sure. I'll be on the floor. Like, there's no way. I have no tolerance.
The cough isn't because it's like overly hot. It's because it's tickling the back of my throat. So
you should be used to it, though.
I'm not lying. I'm just saying it's really, really good.
No, I'm just kidding.
So yeah, I just want to make sure people are like, oh my god, that's like the hottest hot sauce I've ever. No, it's like about perfect on the spice spectrum. It's really good. It's tickling the back of my throat.
Cool. Yeah. I'll take tickle.
Tickle. Yeah, I need you to write that down.
No, I'm going to put
it
on
on the website.
Bottle may induce tickling.
It's got a little feather next to it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how you should grade them. You know, they always have like the grading
feather,
scale.
2 feather.
That's a 4 feather, guys. I'm telling you.
That's a 4 feather. I love it. Thanks for having me on, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for coming over.
Yeah, I'm super stoked about you guys. This is awesome. I can't wait to check you guys out.
Yeah, I'm actually about to go buy it. So
all right, perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god. Ooh, I can't believe I caught that.
That's so incredible. I feel
Hey, welcome back to Talk Haunted to Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Welcome back. Okay. Introduce yourself, please.
Yeah. Hi. What do I do with my hands? Can I leave them up or
anything you want to do?
Behind my back, maybe?
What are we going to do?
My name is Mike G. I have a show called Pair with the Normal, a TV show on Stream Beacon TV. So if you do not subscribe, please go to streambeacontv.com, subscribe, use code Paranorm10, or if you happen to be a Sleep Token fan, you can use code Viridian15 or host15 and save a little bit extra.
Nice.
Okay.
Yes, because I'm a big Sleep Token fan too. So, I have a show called Pair with the Normal. I have a little podcast too called Pair with the Abnormal. We do that on Facebook Live typically.
Okay.
I don't even know what this is on. This is on some. You got some. This is fancy. I like this.
We're this is actually going on YouTube Live right now, and
hello YouTube Livers
and Facebook Live. So we're on both.
Oh, nice. I'd share it because sharing is caring, folks.
Sharing is caring.
If you're watching this and you're not sharing, you're dead to me.
Camera's right there.
Oh, hello, camera. I'm pointing this way. I don't know.
Yeah, so that actual camera right there is a Azure Connect, so it's doing the whole body like capture.
So you're seeing me from this angle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my good side too.
Yeah, see, perfect.
Wow.
And you're closest to the camera.
That's
so you're
great.
Getting
I'm
all
sure.
The love.
I'm sure all of your live comments are about how incredibly attractive I am.
I would
probably.
I would assume.
If we get one comment, that'd be
okay. Just one comment.
Just
okay.
one, just give us one.
All right. If you're out there, Mom, now's your chance.
So tell us a little bit about the show.
This is a nice spoon.
Yeah, that was from the hot sauce guy. I actually tried his hot sauce live, and it was fun. I gave it 4 tickles.
That's a lot of tickles.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
So about the show. So the show itself is it's about folks.
Small town girl.
Yes. It's about a psychic / paranormal investigator and an idiot. I play the idiot. And it is, so it's a paranormal investigation show mixed with The Office.
Okay.
So it is the first true paranormal comedy show. Okay. It's one idiot's journey to find out, what comes next. And to show people that not everything has to be scary, right? Not every paranormal adventure leads to demons. Not everything is Zach Baggins taking the ring to Mordor. Okay, right. That's not what it's really truly like.
It's about finding love.
It's yes. Yeah. Look, you're more likely to find semen than a demon. Okay, that's just what I'm just throwing that out there, folks.
Statistically speaking, yeah.
Statistically speaking.
So you would say at least like one of the tags would be romantic comedy. That's what I'm hearing out of this.
A bromantic comedy.
Romantic comedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, excellent.
Yeah. So I mean, and it's Mary Lynn, who is my psychic co-star. She's just kind of trying to show me the ropes, right? And it's kind of what it is. And the very first episode of our show is actually the very first time I have ever investigated in my life.
Wow.
So yeah, like when I say I am new to the paranormal, I am new to the paranormal. I mean, I have this whole section on my Facebook. You could find me on Facebook. Michael Gagliano, or Galliano, Gagliano. Yeah.
All right.
You can find me on there. I also posted on Pair with the Normal on Facebook, but I have this thing called Deep Thoughts.
Yeah.
Where I just kind of, I talk about things that I'm just kind of thinking about paranormal wise. Sometimes it's not paranormal related, but most of the time, folks, most of the time. And today, it's funny. I actually just talked about, where do we all come from?
Mm-hmm.
Right. For example, if you go back to ancient Egypt days, how many people were on the planet? Maybe 1 billion. Maybe. Right? We're going way back, folks. So now there's 8 billion. Where the hell did we all come from?
Right.
Where did we come from? So that led
shower
me,
thoughts.
Right. Right? So that led me down this rabbit hole. Like, what if, excuse my language, but what if ghosts could fuck? Okay. What if they're banging ghosts? Okay, so the daddy ghost meets the mommy ghost, right? And then they have she gets ghost pregnant, and then there's a ghost baby that's born. And what if that ghost baby is us, right? And then you get to go off and experience life in the form of a body. maybe that's where we all came from. Right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe we're all just ghost sperms.
Ghost sperms.
Maybe that's how we start, folks.
Just little bits of ectoplasm.
Yeah, just a little bit, just tiny bit.
Just dust in the wind.
So how many? I know we talked earlier. You said you just wrapped up season 1.
We did, yes. We did 8 episodes.
8 episodes. Okay.
Yeah, and our middle episode number 4, we actually take a little break from ghost hunting and do a little squatching.
Okay.
Yeah, I get squatched.
Squatched?
But I want to do more. It's actually our shortest episode. It's only like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But we do plan on doing some more. And I want to get into like aliens too.
Yeah.
I mean, the way I feel about it is if you can believe that there are ghosts and you can believe that there's a God, then it stands to reason that you could also believe in an alien. You could also believe in a fae or a Bigfoot, right? I mean, because to say that, oh yeah, I can believe in a ghost, but a Bigfoot, get out of here.
That's too ridiculous.
Right?
Giant furry man, like
yeah, I see giant furry men all the time. I mean, go on to OnlyFans; they're there. I swear. Yeah, right there.
He just looks in a mirror.
Yeah.
There you have it, folks.
Every day I'm haunted by this big furry man.
The missing link.
As soon as I wake up and go to the restroom.
That's it.
Right in my face.
Ah! It gives you some. Ah!
Till this day.
To this day.
I still get shocked first time I look in the mirror.
So yeah,
where's some of the locations?
So our first location we go to is Black Swan Inn, which is in San Antonio. The second one is actually nearby. That's Yorktown.
Okay.
Yorktown Hospital. If you have not been there, to this day, I don't think I've been to a creepier place than Yorktown Hospital. To this day. Of course, I haven't been to a whole lot. I mean, there's a lot out there, but it was pretty awesome. So we filmed in Baton Rouge. We filmed our 3rd episode takes place at a Baton Rouge police department that used to be a women's hospital. And the actual the hospital bed, the whole hospital, so the administration side is what they use. The actual hospital side, it's too creepy, too weird, so they don't even use it.
Yeah.
So we actually got permission from the mayor. The mayor signed off, the Baton Rouge mayor signed off on us being able to go in and do an investigation. So that was an awesome episode. It's very funny, great. I wear like the Reno 911 cop with the boots. You know, I basically wore his outfit to go down there. You know, so try to make it fun. And then where else do we go? We get to go to Savannah. We go to Savannah, Georgia.
Okay.
The Savannah Theater. We go to the Bleckley County Jail in near just outside of Macon, I think.
Okay.
I think it's somewhere around there. I don't know. It's Georgia, people. Georgia. I don't know. Georgia. We Gettysburg. We go to Gettysburg to the Hoover House.
Okay.
Yeah. So we do a whole thing at the Hoover House. Not one vacuum, surprisingly. Yeah.
It must be large from all that Hoover money, though, right?
Oh, huge. Yeah, it's an awesome house, though. Awesome house. And then Virginia City, the Washoe Club.
Okay.
That place is incredible.
Really?
Yeah. If you never get a chance to get to Virginia City, it's like, have you ever been to Deadwood?
No.
Where have you been?
Not many places. No.
Deadwood is awesome, but Deadwood is now like very corporate.
Okay.
You know, like there's a Starbucks just across from where, Wild Bill got shot, but Virginia City is more like
Dollar General.
It probably does.
Yeah, because then
it doesn't have a Subway though. That's the real. Yeah.
That's the real deal.
Yeah.
It's the Subway. Eat fresh.
Jared, in the middle of nowhere.
Jared was here.
Yeah.
No, probably not. It's probably bad.
Yeah, you probably want to keep that off the.
Yeah. He's getting enough $5 footlongs for the rest of us.
Fair enough.
We've got but Virginia City is a lot like Deadwood, but just more like natural, like what it used to actually be like.
Mm-hmm.
You could still go into some of the mines. Some of the original buildings are still there.
Wow.
The original boardwalk is there. The feel, the vibe, it's just completely different. So definitely worth checking out Virginia City for sure.
What do you think? What was the best or most evidence? Like, which episode do you think, if someone hasn't seen any of them before, which would be the best one?
Virginia City is our season finale.
Yeah. For a reason, or
yeah, it is, and for a reason. I mean, I'm a very lighthearted, high energy guy.
Right.
But there's something about the Washoe Club,
Okay.
and it just hits you, especially when you get to the realization of just what took place there. And for people that may not know a lot about the Washoe Club, especially up in Virginia City, I mean, it gets snowed in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just in the wintertime, you're talking 0 negatives degrees, snow everywhere. So when people would die, and the ratio for death there, especially in the 1860s, was very high. Lots of disease, lots of homeless problems, famine. I mean, just all kinds of issues. So when they would pass, they couldn't bury them because the ground was frozen.
Yeah.
So they would store them. And one of the locations they stored them was in the back of the Washoe Club.
Wow.
And you could go into that room. They call it the crypt.
The crypt.
Yeah, and it is
Yeah,
it is a supernatural feeling, man. I can't even describe it, but that was pretty crazy. That, and believe it or not, the very first location we go to, the Black Swan Inn, was my first location, but it also had the most like coincidental things that happened to me.
Yeah.
Like the owner, she has a dog. The dog's name is Willow. That's also the name of my sister.
Okay.
She has a painting, and if you go in there, it's still there to this day. If you go in and you go all the way back towards the seance room, which is where she has like a psychomanty, whatever, the room with the mirrors and you scry. Okay.
Yeah.
Technical terms. There's a picture of a lady in blue. And that picture it's very old. It's a very old painting. My great aunt painted a copy of that picture and won a national award in like 1916. Wow. And I've never seen a copy of it up until we go do the Black Swan Inn. So that blew my mind. So that was also very, very cool.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
We had we went to a place in a hospital in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee.
Okay, yeah. Is that where you guys are from?
No, we're from around here, so we're west of Atlanta, essentially.
Okay.
So we went there, and they had kind of a similar thing. Where they didn't have a morgue tied to their hospital.
Okay, no.
And so they had just this room. They called it the body box, I think.
The body box.
And they would just store bodies there until someone could come pick them up.
And it shared a wall with the lobby for the emergency room. So people are in there sick, like waiting to be seen.
Oh my God.
And like literally just, but 6 inches of brick away is all the bodies.
See, I would be that one guy that would accidentally show up. I've already dropped the molly. I've got my lights, thinking it was a rave place. Yeah. The body box. Hey, I'm here to.
Sounds awesome.
I've made a terrible mistake. I apologize.
Like, are you sure you want to go in there?
Yeah, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't want to go in here.
It's already creepy. They leave it creepy when you go into it. It's like a single chair just in this empty room,
really,
and you're supposed to sit there. Apparently, it messes with women, so it pulls hair, which I don't have any. It might pull my beard, maybe. But
your beard hairs.
Yeah.
You got to grow out that ponytail.
Stop. No rat tail. Rat tail. So yeah, that's crazy. I never thought about that. How frozen. If it's that bad on the ground, they can't bury you.
Yeah, I mean they didn't have the technology. They didn't have tractor trailers or anything like that at the time. So
yeah,
you just got to wait till it thaws out and it gets soft enough to
So we're asking everybody.
Yeah,
completely different topic here. Pineapple on pizza, yay or nay? Wait.
I have thoughts on this.
Oh, all right. That's good. That's what we want.
Yes, I'm okay with pineapple on pizza, but the ratio has to be correct.
I like that. Yeah.
Okay. You cannot overpower the ham.
Mm-hmm.
2, and this is a very big 2, folks. It cannot be pineapple from a can. Okay. You got to have the right ratio. And you cannot do pineapple from a can. If you can follow those 2 rules, I am okay with it.
Yeah, I'm not horribly against the canned pineapple, but I will say
it makes it too tinny.
Once you've had like fresh pineapple on a pizza, there's really no going back. That is like another level, another tier from just someone just dumping some Dole.
It's
some Dole.
I mean, the Domino's method.
Yeah, the Domino's method.
Exactly. Look, if you can take a piece of pineapple from a can and you can rub it around your testicles and it tingles, that's not good. Okay, that's not good, folks.
No.
You don't want that in your body. If you can't even have it on your testes, you don't want that in your mouth. Right? It's simple science, folks.
Yeah, I mean this is good stuff. You need to have an additional blog tied to you just to put these things in.
This is such an informational show right now. We're learning so much.
It really is. I don't know how we could think of it any other way, really.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson, eat your fucking heart out.
Yeah, if we can throw up a before you know right above us at the end.
Get the rainbow.
Yeah,
the rainbow.
I think that'd be great.
LeVar Burton, suck it. You know.
So, is there anything you can tell us about season 2? You don't have to tell. Obviously, not too much detail, but is there? If we're going bigger, we going to finally get into aliens or what?
Yeah. So we're definitely looking. I'm definitely looking for more aliens. We are going to do. I think we're going to wind up in the Appalachians.
Okay.
So I'm excited
for the feral people, or
maybe.
All right.
Maybe. And some really awesome. Actually, and we will be going back to Gettysburg.
Okay.
That we will be doing another Gettysburg return, but something a little more local to Gettysburg, because the Hoover House is a little bit out of the way.
Right.
But we're going to try to get to Gettysburg proper this time, and we're going to be around, and it's going to be epic. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. I'm really excited. And if you ever want to catch myself, I tend to do a lot of the conventions.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm here at Hauntlanta with you wonderful hairy folk, and also, I will be at Lone Star Paracon. I will be at the Paranormal Rockdown. I will be at the Cajun Country Paracon in Lafayette. I will be at the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. I will be at Booze on the Battleship. That's in April as well. That's going to be on the USS North Carolina. So we'll be doing a big thing there. So that's going to be pretty awesome. I will be in Rock Island, Roadhouse, Rock Island.
Roadhouse.
Rock Island Roadhouse, something or other, Paracon.
Right.
I get confused on it, but it's somewhere in Illinois.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. So yeah, I'm all over, folks. You can find me anywhere and everywhere, which is good, right? You want somebody that you can come and say hi to, and I'm a pretty talkative guy, so I'll chat with you.
That's awesome. Any other projects that you are working on? Anything special?
Lots. So a lot of it, unfortunately, I'm not able to talk about NDAs and stuff. But one, you could see, my show, Pair with the Normal, could wind up on other networks. Right now, it's on Stream Beacon TV, but we're in talks with other networks. Once the show is completed, the exclusivity, then it goes on to other networks. So there's always that possibility. I'm working on maybe 3-4 other projects for Stream Beacon TV. Also, on top of that, there is a premium side to Beacon TV, Beacon TV Premium Plus. I have content that's on there. Some of it is paranormal related. Some of it's just comedy related. So if you'd like to see yours truly give a tour of a mine shaft in Virginia City, get the Stream Beacon TV Premium Plus. And you will learn some incredible information that you didn't even know you didn't need.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you want to fire off one more time where they can find you?
Yes, Pair with the Normal, streambeacontv.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram. I have a TikTok as well. I think that's what all the cool kids are on, YOLO. You know who you are. Yep, all that jazz.
That hurt the brain. And the podcast?
Oh, yes, Pair with the Abnormal. It's on Facebook Live and on YouTube as well. And that's every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'd love to have you guys on.
Oh, we'd love to.
Yeah.
With your spoon.
With my spoon.
Yeah.
That spoon's going places.
I told him, I was like, I felt weird because it's like a Baskin Robbins spoon, and I'm about to put a bunch of hot sauce.
It kind of matches your shirt.
Well, maybe.
Should put a little googly eyes on it.
We shared these earlier, but yeah.
Oh, what are those?
These are our pins. We're about to make these in the shirt.
MFers. I love that.
EMFers, and then ask me about my rim jobs.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I need those pins.
Yeah. So
those are great. I'm gonna get those on tattoos on my cheeks.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Those would be great cheek tattoos, folks.
Especially the second one.
Yeah. Great rim jobs.
Yes.
That's amazing.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. This has been awesome. So,
well, for you at least.
Of course. Yeah. That goes without saying. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, man. Thank you so much, guys.
All right.
Stay safe. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. And you probably want these back too.
Don't rip those off.
Check that out. At the raffle table. Go by and see Edie. Grab some raffle tickets. $2 for $5 free. Yeah, just leave it. Awesome gifts. Pour it in. So make sure you're a part of the videos and raffles real soon. Everybody check it all out. Make sure you check out the podcast as well. We have some really cool podcasts around. Paranormal Lovers podcast over there. Show. Haunted Tuning, they were recording earlier. We're going to meet those guys. Make sure you're getting your tickets ready for tomorrow. Tonight, it's going down. Aaron Sanker's Ghosted Gatherings. Grab your tickets right now. It's going to be a lot of fun. Down to the pavilion. Then tomorrow, we got a lot of holidays for great guests. They'll be giving presentations, talks, store time. The Ghosted Gatherings tonight at 7. Also tomorrow from 2 to 3. The updates are coming in. As I say, 2 to 3, we might August. My August, sorry. My August and Josh Curtis. Aaron Sayers actually at 12 p.m. We got Gavin and Paula Kelly at 11 a.m. Starting off. Maryland Best, 4 to 4. Josh and Aaron, 4 to 5. Hear all about their ghost adventures, crazy escapades, supernatural journeys. We'll be here Sunday as well. Another great lineup.
So, welcome back to Talk Haunted to Me. Would care to introduce yourself?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. My name's Andrew. I am one of the co-founders of an online platform called Ghost Town Global. Our website is ghosttown.global. We basically have built this platform for people to get online and share paranormal experiences with each other, and kind of have a hub for people to share, talk, and we've got like a big map of the world, and people can put markers on it and tell people what they've seen and what they've experienced, and the community can engage with them and kind of get together.
Yeah, I'd say the the community thing, like the paranormal community is just, they're very community oriented, so like that's great.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not something that doesn't always happen. But the fact that you've got the pins was incredible. When we looked at it earlier, it's like, that's amazing. Just because a lot of times it's very hard to get that info out there.
Yeah.
Of like, where should I even begin to look?
Right.
For any paranormal experiences. So that was really cool.
Yeah, and that was really one of the big things that motivated us, because there are so many small groups on the internet of paranormal enthusiasts.
Mm-hmm.
There's millions of them. You can get on Facebook and join as many as you want. They're all over the place. And so what we wanted to do was sort of centralize that and bring everybody together. And they're scattered everywhere, and they're all sharing these really cool experiences, and we want to bring that all to one place so we can all share it together.
Yeah. And you've done your own investigations, right? So
yeah,
it speaks to you too. You as an investigator, you kind of know what you need out there in the world, and then it helps you as well. And then you have that personal experience to help drive the development of that too. So.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
We and full disclosure, we're not the only app that does what we do. There's other options out there, but what we've tried to do is kind of take the best of all of these different applications and websites and put them all into one place, so that you don't need to have 5 different apps on your phone, or go to all these different websites to do what you want to do.
Yeah. So the website's live now.
Yeah.
People can sign up and all that, but you're developing a more robust app that does even more.
That's right. Yeah. So we have an app. It's in development for both iOS and Android. Mm-hmm. It does everything that the website does. We've also added a suite of paranormal investigation tools for you to use. It's obviously not going to be a replacement for your professional tools if you have them, but for everyday enthusiasts who maybe don't have the money to go and drop on a bunch of big professional tools, you can just whip out your phone, and phones are very sophisticated nowadays. They can do a lot, and we've added a bunch of cool stuff to it that allows you to ghost hunt like the pros do. Capture things on camera, track movement, maybe see things that you may not be able to see with your eyes. We've got EMF detectors. We've got we even have like night vision functionality, mm-hmm. all on your phone.
Nice. Yeah, you had the body tracking thing, mm-hmm. you showed us was really cool.
Yeah, the stick figure with the points. Yep, we've got that too.
I saw the tell me what percentage of a human being I am. No.
Yeah. It's like 5%.
Yeah, it was 5%. Yeah.
It was like a little iffy.
Possibly bear. Oh, we don't know yet. Exactly.
It registers as Bigfoot.
Yeah.
You learned something new about yourself today.
Hey, it's wild. I didn't know. It's like ancestry.com or something. It's got like,
yeah,
because it's like he's got like 5% bear, 10%, like
23% in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's really cool though. It has like a probability of what it's seeing.
Yeah,
that
basically,
really, really cool,
it'll draw a box around anything that it detects may be a living organism, I guess I'll say, or have the shape of a living organism, and it'll tell you in percentage how likely it is that you are what it thinks you are. So if it thinks you are a person, it'll say, based on the image, 75%, 80%, 90%, 100.
Yeah.
It can also detect animals too. It'll detect dogs, cats.
So that's why it did detect me. That was pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, is that a 20% a cat or that kind of thing? So
some weird hybrid.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. No, that's really cool. And AI is really big right now in the industry and every other industry too. At this point, it's like a buzzword. A lot of times they use that term without really knowing what it is, but they know it's a buzzword and they fire off. So
it is, yeah. And we try not to incorporate AI too much into our stuff, just because we don't want AI to take over the investigation.
Yeah.
We want people to be involved in it and to be able to use their own judgment and their own investigative skills. And so AI really, we're using it as a tool, but we're trying to keep it to a minimum so that it's useful, but not taking over.
It should be an enhancement, not a driver.
Exactly. So, and we've seen a lot of apps out there, and I won't name them.
Yeah.
That are used for paranormal investigations that are just really AI heavy, and I've used them, and it really just kind of ruins the experience, and it ruins the investigation when you've got AI sort of like creating things for you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. It kind of tampers with the evidence a lot. So
we've absolutely ran into that. Yeah. Not going to say the place, not going to say the time, but we've seen it firsthand.
And we've seen people use apps, and that was like the only thing they used. And it was.
I mean, apps,
this is it. So.
Apps for paranormal investigations, I think, get a bad rap.
Yeah.
For that reason, they're easy to use, but they're not really catering towards people who are serious about finding real evidence. They're more of a gimmick, and we wanted to steer away from that and actually give users an app that will be useful. And help them gather real evidence.
Yeah, and you also had the spirit box on there too. I don't think we really mentioned that, but
it'll cycle through. So this spirit box is it's kind of experimental. So most spirit boxes will cycle through radio frequencies, and spit out words if there are any that need to be spat out. In this case, we're actually using electromagnetic frequencies that we're channeling through and creating white noise.
Okay.
And so it's a little bit different than your traditional spirit box, but we're kind of testing that out to see if we get any results. It's all about testing and seeing what works.
Yeah, and you'll get if you can pull that off, that's incredible, because that would be a lot better than just cycling through radio frequencies and picking up the random station.
There's a lot of criticism about spirit box for that reason, right? Because a lot of people always say, well, that's just picking up words from a random radio station, but in this case that would be impossible. You can't get words from an electromagnetic frequency. It's impossible.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So we asked this to everybody, completely different subject, but pineapple on pizza, yay or nay?
Nay.
Okay.
I come from a place where it's very popular to put pineapple on pizza, and I have a very, very unpopular opinion. I don't even like pizza.
Oh, okay.
So no to the pizza.
We actually know somebody the same way. They just they do not like pizza. They're weird because they'll eat a meatball sub or a chicken parm, but they won't eat pizza. And I'm like,
it's the ingredients are the same.
Close.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you why I don't like it. I like other pizza adjacent things.
Yeah.
I'll eat a calzone. I'll eat pasta.
Yeah.
I won't eat pizza. I don't know why.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't get. Obviously, I eat about everything. So I'm not. I do love pizza. So I get that. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. I'd never met anybody else who doesn't like pizza but will eat other dishes that are very similar to it.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
that's cool.
There's two of them in the state.
There's two of them right now.
As far as we know.
Blowing my mind. We've got different answers for that question already. That's just like someone was just staunchly no. How dare you? I'm leaving the podcast. Like that kind of thing. And then someone else that just had a list of reasons why.
Are brave to ask that question.
Yeah, it's fighting words for a lot of people, and I really don't understand concept. It's just a simple question.
Yeah.
You know, the solution is just to get rid of pizza altogether.
Fair enough. You don't like is it the pizza like delivery system basically? Because like there's other sauces that can go on pizza besides the standard tomato base.
No, I think what it is it's pizza's overused. You just have it all the time, everywhere.
Yeah.
It's the default option for any sort of gathering. And I think at some point in my life, I just said, I'm done with this. I don't want it anymore.
Fair enough.
Feed me something else.
Show me on the doll where the pizza hurt you.
Yeah.
Nothing to do. All right.
The pizza's holding the cutter.
So you used to do, or I think you still do investigation. I know you were talking about like not doing as many, but
yeah.
Any particular ones that stand out as just like this experience right here was incredible? I cannot explain it.
Yeah, I mean there was kind of the experience that started it all.
Okay. It's a good place to start.
Yeah, that kind of pushed us into doing this.
Uh-huh.
And it happened a long time ago when I was a kid. Me and some of my buddies and my brother, and we're all now doing this together. But we decided to do it. It was our first paranormal investigation ever. As a young teenager, we went to just a local graveyard.
Close.
Oh, sorry.
Perfect.
We went to just like a local graveyard and decided to take some pictures and just see what would happen, which we did. And for the most part, it was pretty uneventful. But we had an experience while we were there where all of our electronic devices just got zapped, right? Which is pretty common, I think. And everything fully charged just died instantly. That night, went home, felt like something was not right. Things were off. And from that point on, for probably the better part of 2 years, there was something going on in my home that I think we brought back. Yeah. And we were so unexperienced at the time. We didn't know what we were doing. And at that time, there weren't many resources either online on how to do this stuff correctly. And we started having all sorts of crazy experiences in that house. Whatever it was stayed there for a long time. It affected me a lot personally. Other members of the house, not so much. And then other members, it did also. Things would get moved. Electronics were a big thing. TVs would turn on by themselves. Lights would turn on and off. Things would get unplugged. Just lots of weird stuff.
Yeah. And
that's an experience that we still talk about to this day frequently, because we all sort of experienced it together as young people.
So did it follow you to your next home, or did y'all sage it away? Did you do something else?
We ended up moving out of that house after about 2 years. And from that point on, things would still happen on occasion, but it sort of mellowed out. And even at this point in my life, I'm 33 now. I still have experiences that I attribute to that moment, but it's much less frequent. You know, I'll still have things happen here and there, but I think maybe it's just kind of sick of me, sick of trying. I don't know, but
it's bored.
Like, this guy doesn't react anymore. He's done.
What can I do now? I don't know. I unplugged that last week. Whatever. That's fine.
They plug it back in. Like
they're like, here you go, man. I got you.
Yeah, we did I did an investigation at Moon River Brewing in Savannah once, and we had maybe been in for 30 minutes to an hour, and we had still like a few hours left of battery life in all our cameras.
Yeah.
We went down in the basement, and every one of our cameras. The first trigger was one of the guys was at GoPros, and we had other cameras set up in there. And the GoPro, the card error automatically happened and said your card's not entered. and then it died. Battery just drained.
Yeah.
My battery drained on mine. The other guy's GoPro died. But we had one camera that was plugged into the wall, and so the screen on it started cycling through colors.
Oh, wow.
It was going like haywire, and we had to actually stop the investigation to go charge our batteries back up. And it was like we had 3 hours left. There's like no way this would have just randomly happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get the whole like just everything drains.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We haven't had it happen anywhere else really,
Mm-hmm.
investigations, but that stood out.
Yeah, yeah.
So
that doesn't just happen.
No.
That does not.
All
just
those
happen.
at the same time. Plus the fact that the one that was plugged in obviously couldn't lose power.
Yeah.
So it just started going crazy. It was like yellow, blue, red, like just constantly cycling through colors on the little LCD screen. So
yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah.
So y'all have any like a release date or anything for this app yet? You feel?
So we're hoping with the app. The app's actually ready to go into beta.
Mm-hmm.
We're just kind of running through a lot of hoops to get it out.
Especially on one not to be named platform.
Yeah.
One fruit related platform.
Fruit related. Well, the one thing we do need though is beta testers.
Yes.
That's become more of a push for developers to actually beta test their. It used to be that you could just make an app and submit it to the Play Store and anyone could download it and then everything was a virus.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not a virus. We're legit. But we need people to test it, and
we're a keylogger.
That's part of the reason why we're here today is just to get people informed and try and get people interested in helping us test our app when it comes out on beta, and that'll probably be within the next 2 to 3 months.
Okay, cool.
If we can get through those hoops.
Yeah, we're definitely going to sign up for it. We grabbed the QR code so we could get on there and sign up for the community. The website alone is great. Just being able to have that community, do the upvotes and stuff on the experience that you had in that location, and just having the map pins is great. But yeah, then you showed us the app and it looks amazing. So
thank you.
We definitely want to be part of some beta testing.
Thank you. I appreciate
possible.
It.
The upvotes are probably the thing I like the most about it because, we go on other websites, trying to figure out like, hey, what haunted locations are in the town we're in?
Mm-hmm.
And we went on one and the top location was Target. And I was like, there's just no way. Like, how has this not been vetted?
Yeah.
No, your town has the Walmart one listed. And it's like the owner of Walmart haunts this place. I'm like,
yeah,
I doubt it.
The deals are smoky good.
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. Well, that's we really want. We don't want to be gatekeepers of content, and that's one thing.
Nor can you really do it. Like,
it's impossible. Like I can't sit there and be like, this is legit, this is stupid, and filter through everything. It doesn't make sense. And a lot of groups out there do that. There's admins in these various different groups who kind of just feel like they're qualified to do that, and we don't want that. We want this to be community driven. And we want the people to say what content they like and approve of, and we reward them by doing that. So the more the users upvote a post, we have that algorithm that pushes that post up so that more people see it, it gets more exposure. And then obviously on the flip side of that, if a post gets downvoted because it's obviously, fake, or if it's a troll, it's just going to get pushed down and you won't have to deal with it or see it. So
on your website right now, it's been live for a while, right?
It has. Yeah. It's been live for a while without much activity, just because we pushed it live without really telling anybody. And then we've slowly been pushing to advertise. So,
okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So do you want to take a minute just to, where they can find you, your social media, all that kind of stuff?
Absolutely. So obviously our website is ghosttown.global.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Facebook page as well. It's just Ghost Town Global on Facebook, and then Instagram, Ghost Town Global.
Okay.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking the time.
Yeah. Thank you.
And, definitely everyone check that out. I think the QR code is still in my pocket here. Bam. See, this is my makeshift conference bag. It's the pouch on my thing. I actually need to find one. But yeah, thank you for taking the time with us. and I'm definitely going to check it out. We might, if we can get beta testing, we'll take it on investigations and try it out.
That'd be awesome. We'd really love you to do that, and we're always looking for feedback. So
if I set up my house, I'm like on my phone, leave my phone on the counter, that ghost might start messing with it. So
yeah,
there you go.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, let me know what he says.
Yeah. He approves of the.
He's like, this app sucks.
It's like, who filled out the review on the App Store?
I'm a ghost and I don't like it.
It's it invades my privacy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining with us, man.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Johnny just finished up his latest tattoo. Machine shop tattoos. One of the prizes in the raffle, $150 towards your tattoo. We're going to be doing a raffle at 3:30 in just a couple minutes. 4 o'clock. So if you have not gotten your raffle ticket yet, make sure you grab it out. We're going to do the first round real soon. We just got another prize. We got an autographed picture of Jimmy Congo from The Walking Dead. Yeah, so check that out at the raffle table. We got a big collection going on. We got the $150 tattoo from Machine Shop. We got the 5-book series signed by Kurt and Neil. So we got the 3 bottles of hot sauce, prize pack by Horror Struck Hot Sauce. Check out the Dragon Clock by Love My Lance with Rachel. Then we got the Home Protection Kit, necessary item to all homeowners. That's from Temple Terrace and Mystical Treasures. We got some prizes like Talk Honda to me. We got a t-shirt and ear warmers. Cool merch. Cat's Meow. With a 3D printed dragon wine bottle. That thing is awesome. If you like wine, you should check that out. Strange books with the city candle. There's also up to $25 in merch from GI Comics. Check out the great collection of merch over there. They got some cool stuff. Kings of Crime with an awesome shot glass. We got a free 20-minute reading with Oracle. And the mystery box from Curse of Crowns. We also got a Walking Dead ornament coaster from Andrea's Things and stuff. We got some great stuff to wrap up. It's happening soon. Make sure you grab your tickets. They are $2 for one and $5 for three. We're also going to have the Hauntlanta coaster signed by all of our talented guests. We still got a bunch going on. The bar is open. Also, be sure to grab your tickets. Ghostly Gatherings tonight, hosted by Aaron's. Your ticket includes dinner and a drink. You get dinner, a drink, and a show. Also, be sure to stop by Hauntlanta membership table where you can check out all the cool stuff that comes along with your membership. And when you join, you get a sweet tumbler. Also, big thanks to Television Towers for everything they can do and being here. Any donation, $50 or more, gets you a Hauntlanta. He's coming out right now, collecting raffle tickets. If you want to grab some, be sure to do it. We'll be doing the first raffle in about 30 minutes. Keep in mind, we got the theater room going on. Go check out some of the videos. Got some people asking about t-shirts. The Hauntlanta 2025 t-shirts. They are available on the website. There's a whole merch store. There's tumblers and hoodies, tank tops, mugs, hats, shirts. Be sure to check it out. That's hauntlanta.com. Hauntlanta.com. All the merch to commemorate the 2025 convention. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're hanging out. Keep in mind, we'll get a great lineup tomorrow as well. With lots of paranormal deliberations. We'll keep you updated on the schedule.
So
sick.
we're all the way through there. So yeah. So this can be separate if
Those
you
are
need.
so pretty.
Hey, welcome back to Talk Haunted to Me. This is obviously me, Chris, and this is Chris.
This is Chris.
Hey, I'm Rob.
We got Rob here.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
I didn't even know we were live. Sorry.
It just flipped us back on. There we are.
All right.
We are live. So tell us a little about your podcast.
Yeah. What's going on? So I have a podcast. I just dropped my final episode for season 1. So I did it. I did my first season.
Excellent.
And I'm so excited about it. Finally done. So Paranormal Record is my podcast.
Right.
And I have people on that have had paranormal experiences, and then I ask them questions and I talk to them and we discuss, and it's a lot of fun. And my whole life I've just been a chaser of these stories, and this is just another platform to do it. Like usually it's me at a party going, hey, have you seen any ghosts? Hey, tell me about them. What did you see? Like that's really.
I do like what you have on your table, the monitor, where it's just like, hey, you got a ghost story?
I mean, yeah, that's literally
seen a ghost.
That's literally the show, and
That's
it's
awesome.
like, tell me about it. Like, ever seen a ghost? Tell me about it. Yeah. Thank you. I came up with that this morning, Chris.
Yeah. How many episodes are in your season?
10.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What's kind of like time wise? Like what's your?
Oh my
normal
God! So
pod?
some of my episodes have been like 3 hours long.
Uh-huh.
But if I can find a space in the episode to chop it, where it'll work and be a 2-parter, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But if not, if it's just, it seems to all go together and it would be weird to cut it up, I'll just leave it.
Yeah.
And I know people are out there in the Paranormal Nation listening, and that they're doing it with bookmarks and they're coming back. They're not necessarily just hitting play and waiting for it to end. They're coming back. So with that in mind, some episodes are wicked long, but that's just the way it rolls. I do have Skeleton Crew episodes, which is a Stephen King reference. Skeleton Crew is a book of short stories that he wrote. So I'll take smaller stories and pack them all together into an hour or into an hour and a half and make an episode out of those small stories. Because no story, I want to hear all the stories. And even if it was just one time and you saw this and it's 20 minutes, I want to hear it. And so what was I going to do with all these 20-minute? I didn't want to have 20-minute episodes. So I just get enough of those little 20-minuters and put them all into a Skeleton Crew. And I have 2 already. So one Skeleton Crew was the end of an entire episode that just had like 20 minutes more. And so I was like, 20-minute episode. I told myself I wouldn't do that. All right, so I'm going to stick it on a Skeleton Crew and slap that into the next episode, and we'll go forward. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, you have any ghost stories you wanna give us?
I did.
Exclusive?
I had. Hey, everybody! You can just see my stomach in this shot here.
Yeah, you're fully in there. It's just that's
hey.
the little pop.
Oh, hey, everybody!
So,
there I am.
Yeah, you're there.
I was like, what kind of podcast is this? You're just showing people
just pull your hand.
Lower halves here. What is that? A leg?
Just do your hand like this and start talking like puppet.
Something that really blew my mind. And I'm always reading. So I'm always reading stories and just ghost stuff.
Yeah.
Since I was like 11, like I've just been into it, and so I'm always trying to read whatever I can get my hands on. This was strange enough in a Facebook like stream of people just talking, and this one old boy like spoke up, and he was like, "Hey, so ghosts are energy. We're seeing ghosts. We're seeing people's energy because we're energy, and energy just transfers.
Yeah.
But what are the clothes made out of they're wearing?" Yo, I don't know. It made me stop. I was just like,
right.
I don't know. That makes no sense. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It blew my mind. I started calling my friends, a lot of fans of the podcast, and just people that I know listen, and some of my former guests as well. I started calling people up on the phone. I'm like, Jane, what are ghosts wearing? Like, what are we seeing? Do they have a ghost closet? Do they pick out ghostly items and go, you know what? I'm gonna rock that ghostly hat today. I'm gonna rock these ghost cowboy boots. Nah, I don't like this pair. I'm gonna wear these penny loafers. I'm feeling like a penny loafing ghost day.
Well, it seems like they have the same outfit in their closet all the time.
Right?
There's probably like 8 or 10 different,
like 12 brown suits.
There's a ghost wardrobe somewhere, and they're pulling clothes out of their ghost bureau. My friend Patrick Saxon, he always wears a suit. And I said, Patrick, why do you always wear a suit, man? He's like, well, Rob, you know, if I die, I want to be seen as a ghost in this year. I want to be a presentable ghost.
Presentable.
That was his answer. Patrick Saxon, if you're listening, he's the coolest cat I know. Literally, I've never seen him not wear a suit. And he lives in Savannah, so it's hot.
Yeah, that'd be brutal.
He always wears a suit, always looks sharp. But that was his answer.
That's a brilliant answer.
I still don't know what that man does for a living. His answer to that was a little bit of this, a little bit of that, Rob. Where are you going, Patrick? What are you doing tonight? Oh, I'm just going to get up to some mischief. What are you doing? Like, just give me some answers. You're such a man of mystery. Anyway, I love you, Patrick Saxon out there, man of mystery. That's my brother.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so that really blew my mind earlier this week. I was reading, I don't know what book this was. I read so many, it's in my head, but there was a couple, and up in Kennesaw in Georgia, a lot of battlegrounds.
Oh yeah.
And they're building buildings on top of those battlegrounds or on the edge of those national parks. I mean, the battle was everywhere. I mean, you know, but some really haunted new buildings, right? Because you're like, what? But my buddy Jeff put it up pretty good the other day. I work at a bowling alley, and I'm like, yeah, I saw a ghost, and I'm like, the bowling alley's haunted, and he's like, well, no, but the grounds the bowling alley's on have been here a long time. A lot of people have died on these grounds. A lot of people have come and go.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was such a cool answer. So that's true.
Yeah. I heard a lot about Kennesaw Battleground.
Yeah, right.
Ghosts and stuff. So it's pretty wild.
So they bought a new house, and they go to sleep one night, and she gets up to use the restroom, and somebody passes her in the hall. Something passes her in the hall. It's dark. Just real quick, just kind of, and she just assumes it's her husband and keeps walking. And then when she gets back to the room, she realizes that he's been sleeping this whole time, and something else is in the hall. I mean, how dark is your hallway, first of all? But how big is your hallway, first of all? These are kind of questions I ask on my podcast, by the way. But anyway, she realized that it wasn't him, and then just, whoa, like, you know, like what just happened? So that was kind of their first experience. And the husband wasn't necessarily experiencing as much as his wife was.
Right.
But there was a point where something was calling her name. And then she would go, and it sounded like him. She would go in the other room, and he was like, I didn't call your name. And she's like, yes, you did. And he's like, no, I did not. So they came up with a system that they were going to ring a bell instead of call each other's names. Well, that didn't work, gentlemen. Because at about 2:00 in the afternoon, when they were watching TV together, the bell from the bathroom and the bedroom went ding 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 ding. Jesus Christ!
I have
So I thought that was a really great story on. Oh, we're gonna beat this ghost. We'll get a bell.
Yeah.
We'll have a system. And it was listening, and it was just like, oh my God.
I'll show you.
Oh my God.
We the whole doppelganger mimic thing has always been like really intriguing to me.
Yeah.
I had a friend whose house, his old house, he was living with his parents, right? He was younger, and every now and then they would hear like their dad call their name or their mom call their name when they weren't there, but it would always be like, well, maybe I heard something, right? Maybe I'm crazy, right? Well, one day he was upstairs and he heard his dad call his mom, like yell, like call her name. So he comes down the stairs, and as he comes into the kitchen, his mom's coming in from the den to the kitchen. She's like, "Where's your father?" So he's like, "I don't know." She's like, "Well, he was calling me. I think he's in the den, because they had like a den and they had the living room." So she was coming from the living room. Sorry, and so they hear it from the den. Well, right as they're about to go in there, they get a phone call, and it's him, the father, on his way home.
Yeah,
and he's like 10 minutes out. And so they're like, "You heard that, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, I've heard it too." And they're like, "Okay." And that was like the first time they actually heard it at the same time. So they start talking about all the instances where they would hear someone call their name, and it would be everybody in the house. So like she would hear her son or her other son call, or she would hear her husband call, and then he would hear his mom call him or his dad. Like it would mimic everybody in the house. And he had a bunch of other wild experiences there too. Like he had a tendency, if he'd stay up late and was sitting in the living room watching TV, there was a stairwell, like a staircase that comes down from where all the bedrooms are, and there would be something that would lean over, a shadow would lean over like it was watching him. And that would be even when he was home alone. Like he'd be home by himself at night, and he would just be like watching him over the staircase. And he'd look, and if he saw it, then he would just kind of like curl up on the couch.
Yeah,
and be like, "All right, I'm done."
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff happened in that house. It's pretty wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
But that mimic and doppelganger stuff just intrigues the crap out of me. I've never.
Yeah, it's like what in the world's happening?
Yeah. I haven't had a doppelganger, like as in like seeing myself or seeing other people. I've heard stories from other groups and investigators where they've had it.
I've heard mimic the person they're calling the name of.
Yeah.
Like I've heard myself say my name. Like that's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
But I've heard stories where that's happening.
Yeah.
Right. And then let me in. You know, that thing too. It's like,
no.
Jesus Christ, you know, like, yeah, let me in. Yeah. No.
Oh, that let me in thing always makes me
think
think
it's her
of,
voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me in stuff makes you just made me think of Black Eyed Kids again. That's like
oh my God.
Horrible.
Terrifying.
Horrible.
Somebody told me a version of that Black Eyed Kids thing at camp, and I had nightmares for weeks. I mean, I was a little kid, you know, when they were trading stories back and forth, but a touch of that story made it into whatever that kid told me.
Yeah.
And it just
we used to
man,
live.
I was terrified.
We used to live in the subdivision, and there was these two creepy kids that lived down the way, like 3 houses down, and they were like Children of the Corn, like blonde, just creepy, and we never interacted with them, but it was like you drive by and they're like kind of like looking at you, like very like creepy, like they're just looking at you creepy.
Yeah, those
so we had
creepy ass kids.
So we had a kid come up. There's a little girl from that family comes up to our house at like 10 at night, knocks on the door, and my wife for some reason decided it was good to open the door. I would have been like, "Nah, just let that door shut. Don't even acknowledge her." And she's like, "Do you have any kids that we can play with?" And she's
at
like,
10 o'clock at night?
"No, yeah, right." It was like, "It's too late. We don't have any kids. You've never seen any kids here," because at the time we didn't have any kids. And you can't just walk up to someone's house and be knocking, especially you looking the way you look.
Chris, I totally did that as a little kid.
Yeah?
I totally did that. Not at 10 o'clock at night, but I totally did go around the neighborhood and just knock on people's doors. You have any kids? Like I totally.
We never did that.
I have memories of doing that.
People would be out, so you would just run into a group of kids and be like,
"What
are y'all doing? Yeah,
do you have a Nintendo?
Dude, that's a really cool bike.
It was Atari.
I have a bike. Let's ride."
Back then. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. It was Atari back then, but yeah.
But yeah, I don't. Yeah, the black ghosts don't bother me, but
creepy kids.
Kids creep the crap out of me.
You know
so
that
ghost kids are a little iffy, and dolls.
Children of the Corn family down the street.
Yeah,
honey, don't answer the door. That's that Children of the Corn child from down the street. I think it's the girl one.
Yeah, don't do that, man. Don't do it.
Oh man.
But yeah, it was like it was the timing. Like if it would have been middle of the day, it's like okay, you shouldn't really be going to strangers' houses, knocking on the door, but whatever. Right. It's middle of the day.
Yeah.
But it's 10 o'clock. You shouldn't be out.
What did your wife say to them?
She's just like, "No, we don't have any kids,"
right.
like that kind of thing. And
okay.
Then, okay, and then kind of walked off.
Oh
and I
my
was
gosh.
Like, yeah, she's scoping the house, looking for souls to feed her.
That's
that's how it's working.
She's looking for souls.
Yes.
That was the Grim Reaper. Shut that door.
Yes.
Lock it. Tell him we're not here.
But yeah, Yeah, mimic. I do want to see a doppelganger. I really do. I talked to some investigators one time that they have a picture of a guy, but apparently that wasn't him because they called him on the radio. I'm like, why are you up on this? Like, hey, we just got a picture of you in the hallway. He's like, no, you didn't. And they're like, no, we did. And they're like, no, I'm in the parking lot because he had went to the parking lot to meet somebody, and they were on like the second or third floor of the hospital.
Yeah.
And he was just there, and they was clear as day. Like, there's a picture of him. I was like, are you sure? And he's like, you can see it. And I looked at it, and it looked like him. Like it's far away, so a little blurry, but I mean, pretty much him. So, and they didn't have anybody else that looked like him on the crew.
Oh my gosh.
So it's pretty creepy.
Yeah.
But we've never experienced that.
There's another story that I recently read that I liked. There was a girl that was working at a historic home, and she was the newest person working there. So it was like her first day. She's walking around, and there's no tours yet. They're just hanging out in the house and kind of walking around. And she's just kind of exploring and trying to see the rest of the house that she hasn't necessarily seen all of to get ready for her tour that she's going to, shadow today and walk around with. And she walks into this one room and walks into the room, and standing there are this group of Confederate soldiers, and they're talking to each other. Wow. And holding papers and maps and going over things and discussing like 3 or 4 people in like a middle of discussion. And they stopped talking and all turned their heads and looked at her. And she was like, oh, sorry. Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh,
and
woman.
She turned around and walked out, and then didn't think anything of it. Just thought it was part of the house. Thought it was, maybe they had reenactors. And so she comes into her boss's office and she's like, are these reenactors going to be here all day? Is that part of the tour? And the boss is like, what reenactors?
Oh, yeah.
What did you see? She's like, come on. What do you mean, come on?
Yeah.
And they were all standing there. They had papers, and they were all talking to each other and talking to me, and they were just standing there in the daylight. She's like, yep. We see stuff like that all the time.
That's probably the most unnerving. When I've talked to a lot of people who've had that happen, it's unnerving to a lot of people when they go and tell somebody, and that person's like, "Oh yeah, that happens a lot." And they're like, "What do you mean it happens a lot? How are you okay with that?"
How
like,
in the world? There was a whole room full of people talking and holding papers.
Yeah. Oh, he does that. What do you mean he does that? This is not normal.
I just love that story because they interacted so strongly with her. Like, they stopped talking and all looked at her.
Yeah.
Like, they were there before she walked in too. So what's that? Are they just ghosting out together without anybody to see them? And then, like, how does she walked in on them? They didn't like come upon her, right? They were just doing their thing.
Did they like?
She walked into it.
That's
so crazy.
Did they say anything to her? I mean, I'm not.
No.
It sounds more like they're reacting, but maybe they weren't reacting. Maybe they were reacting to someone else that happened to walk in at that time.
Right. It was just a reoccurring.
It's still like an imprint. But I don't know. That'd be a hell of a coincidence that she would walk up.
Good timing for that. She said they didn't say anything to her. They were talking to each other when she walked in.
Yeah. And they didn't want her to know the plans. I understand.
Right. It's hush hush.
Hey.
We don't know what side she's on.
Yeah.
There's spies everywhere.
She's looking pretty Union to me. Oh yeah. I've heard a lot of that. But usually like they'll turn and look and maybe fade. So she said they didn't fade, that she just walked out, right?
She walked out.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I think one of the craziest stories I've heard where like there's like an interaction was when they were making the movie Gettysburg.
Yeah.
And the guys were like, the extras were there and they're supposed to be like pretending like shoot and stuff. And like a guy comes up in like full gear and gives them a bag of ammunition.
Oh my God.
And they have the bag. It was still there and they had it tested. And it's like, yeah, dude, that's legitimately from that time period. And they're like, wait, what? I'm like, how did it not fade? Is the
bag still around?
Yeah. What we're asking.
Where's
that
bag?
Yeah. I was like, is there like, does the ghost have like a cache somewhere that they go pull out and randomly give to strangers?
Also, how's he buying gunpowder and all that? I mean, the reenactors buy gunpowder, but they have to order it. And
yeah. Well, I think it was just the
right?
musket rounds. Yeah. But it's like, is there like a buried treasure near a tree, and the ghost just pulls a bag out to mess with the living? Like, here you go. It's like,
I didn't know that they were just like, I didn't know that ghosts could pick up physical things and give them to somebody else. That's a new one. I've never heard that one.
You should look it up. It's pretty interesting.
That whole crazy story.
There's a lot of crazy stuff. Like the Gettysburg. Apparently, there was a lost Union set of troops that were kind of like they didn't know how to go. And what was it? Somebody like Revolutionary War gear showed up and told them how to get to the battlefield. And they were able to get there and actually reinforce and help drive off the Confederates. Look it up. It's the Gettysburg stories are crazy. A lot of them.
Wow.
But yeah, like I thought it was funny that like just the filming the movie Gettysburg, and they had someone gave them a bag of musket rounds. Like, oh, cool, man.
That's nuts.
Hey,
that's really cool.
Yeah, but they thought it was another extra. They really did. They thought it was another extra because
I
was in full
gear. What
gear.
were they supposed to think it was? Yeah.
But to think, because I've never seen an apparition that would be so detailed and solid looking that I could confuse it for a person. But I hear it all the time, and that would have to be. So the story you said, the story at Gettysburg, there's thousands of stories of people who are like, that's a person clear as day, and then they're either they fade away or you find out later there's no one in the house or no one in the building. And it's I have not personally experienced apparition that strong,
right,
that it would show to where I could not tell the difference.
And usually, there's like a feeling that comes with apparitions and people seeing ghosts because they don't think they're seeing an intruder. There's like they know they're seeing something paranormal, and they're like, so they're not like scared somebody broke in their house. But that lady, it was the middle of the day, and she was just walking around an empty house, and then she walked in that room, and she said she heard them talking in the hallway before she got into the room.
Wow.
Like they were just talking to each other. And she said they, it didn't make any sense what they were saying. Like, she's like, what's happening? I thought everything was empty today, right? I didn't know. And then, so she walked in expecting actors and reenactment. Like she thought,
wow,
and then, yeah, I love that story. I wish I could
wild.
remember where I read it. I just read so much, it all mixes together.
Yeah. There's a lot of wild stories, and we've talked to enough people that have given us, like, I've heard that same hospital we've talked about before a couple of different times with the doppelganger.
Okay.
We were talking to the historian over that property, and her boyfriend at the time, I guess they might still be together, I don't know, but I'm gonna say at the time, he had a paranormal team, and they investigated it, and he had they had some stuff happen, but the evidence wasn't like strong or whatever. But they had one piece that was amazing. So while they were in the emergency room lobby, they catch an EVP of this little girl singing, probably one of the clearest, like, Class A EVPs I've ever heard in my life. I can hear her singing very loud. I can't quite make out the song, but it is a song, and it's so close to making out. Like, they're singing, you really can't tell exactly what it is. It's like a lullaby of some sort. And that was like the big thing they had. And they're like, oh my God, we caught something finally, like something amazing. Because it's rare to get some EVP that perfect. It's not just like white noise. Wait, I think I heard something kind of scenario.
Yeah.
I gotta find that video again because she shared it. Yeah, get a little closer to it.
Is that better? Wait, you can hear me anyway.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. So yeah, catching like evidence like that to where it's so defined, it kind of lines it the same with that.
Yeah.
The apparition being so well defined that you can confuse it for a living person. Because like the footage I've seen, or when I've seen something passing, you're either gonna get like a shadow figure, or you're gonna get a wisp, or something.
Right.
Where like, so the only real good apparition I've seen myself, because my wife's seen the shadow person in our house, or it looks like someone's looking into the room. But I've seen when I was 10. This is the first real experience with paranormal that I had. I was 10. I was driving down the road and saw a person on the side of the road, middle of the night. We were coming back from my grandfather's house back to my grandmother's house to spend the night, and then we're gonna come back the next day. So we go around this bend. South River Road in Inglewood, Florida. Sorry.
Okay.
Coming around the bend, and there's a guy standing on the road. I can see every detail on that guy, except for the fact that I can also see through the guy. So I can see through him, but I can see his plaid, like kind of over jacket thing, his pants. He's got like a bag. And I was like, oh my God. But at that point, I didn't think, oh, there's some guy on the side of the road. The fact that I could see through the guy, I immediately was like, oh my God, I just saw a ghost. I was freaked out.
Yeah.
And the next day, I was laying in the back seat, right? At that point, I was feeling a little nauseous when I come back in. And without even seeing the road or where we were at, I got really like freaked out right as we approached the same area. So I got up out of the back and looked, and there was a cross on that bend. Someone had been hit by a car there.
Yeah.
That was the only apparition experience I've ever had where I've actually seen somebody that I can think of, which is pretty much an imprint in your brain when you see something like that. But I could tell it wasn't a person. So the fact that people are seeing things that are just so defined and so like solid looking is just amazing to me.
Yeah. And broad daylight too.
Yeah.
She saw that.
And I assume it has to most likely deal with the energy around, like you mentioned before, the energy, like the ghost being energy or whatever. Maybe it's the more energy you can pull, the more you can manifest. And so at a certain point, if you have enough energy to pull, you're able to solidify almost to the point. I mean, you actually solidify enough to be able to carry a bag of musket rounds.
That story, I'm baffled by that one.
You have
and
to
that
look
the
it up.
bag is still somewhere too, and it's like, man, what?
I'm telling you, you've got a cache somewhere. No one knows about it. Somewhere in the woods in Gettysburg, there is a cache that these ghosts have with like bags of musket rounds and other stuff. And they're like, hey, let's get those guys. All right, let's take it over there. Hey, you gotta keep yourself busy if you're gonna be around for hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years.
Yeah, you gotta do something.
You gotta keep it interesting, you know.
What if we just give it to them?
Yeah.
Just give them a bag. When those reenactors come back, we'll just hand them a bag of ammunition and wonder what they would do.
Dude, this is gonna be hilarious. No one's gonna believe them. We're gonna do it, dude. This is
gonna be great.
This is gonna be great, man. You don't understand. Awesome. So we asked this question of everybody. It has nothing to do with paranormal.
Okay.
Pineapple on pizza, yay or nay?
Love it.
Love it.
But pizza's weird with me. So I'll go through stages where I'll feel like a pineapple ham.
Yeah.
I'll feel like a pineapple feta. I'll just want pepperoni. I want a jalapeno. But I don't put things all together anymore.
Yeah.
I'll do one flavor at a time because I found that that's really good. And then you put them all together, it's like eating Skittles together. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. No, I get it. See, man, everyone we've asked so far has had a totally different outlook on pizza. Like on either they don't like pizza, like our previous guest.
Somebody said he didn't like pizza?
Yeah.
I don't trust that guy.
No, he's great. And he's the second person we've met ever in my life that doesn't like pizza. So there are two at least in this world.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people are saying nay. Some people say yay, but it depends. I'm in the pineapple camp. I'll do pineapple. I like how the sweetness that kind of counteracts the rest of it and stuff. It's really cool how that kind of blends together.
A good taste.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, it depends on the day.
Depends on the day.
He said no.
Oh, he says it depends on the day.
Depends on the day. Oh yeah.
I will say the one that said it needs to be fresh pineapple over the can. While I will eat the canned pineapple, I will say fresh pineapple on pizza is way better.
I haven't had that chance yet. I think all the pineapple I've had on pizza has all been canned.
Yeah. Fresh pineapple, if it's good and ripe pineapple put on there, it's like game changer.
I bet. That sounds really awesome.
Good. Yeah.
But I like pizza. Like I like barbecue based pizza. I like tomato based, like just the regular pizza sauce. I about like everything.
Have you had that buffalo chicken dip yet?
No.
Oh my God. My friend Jess brought buffalo chicken dip over to one of our dip parties because my girlfriend has a dip party where everybody brings a different dip and then you try it and play cards.
Sounds incredible.
Dip party, man.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. But somebody brought that, and they left me some leftovers, and I had it in the fridge for a couple days. It was so good. Buffalo chicken dip. And the chicken and everything's in the sour cream, I guess, the base or whatever the base is. But
yeah, I've seen it with I've seen it with cream cheese. I've seen it with sour cream. Yeah, and then it's usually like they'll use like a ranch dip, like powder or whatever that ranch.
That stuff has been around forever.
Yeah.
That stuff's really good. Yeah,
they'll mix all that together.
Yeah, that's a good dip.
So I don't know. I made it with cream cheese, pepper jack cheese, buffalo sauce, and chicken.
Oh yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But all right. Well, thank you for stopping by. You want to let us know, let them know what your podcast, how to find you and all your social media.
Paranormalrecord@gmail.com is how you can write in. I'm taking guests for my next season. I've just finished the first season, but looking for new guests. You can write me at paranormalrecordpodcast@gmail.com. The podcast is called Paranormal Record, available on all podcast platforms.
Awesome. And it's an audio podcast?
It's just audio, yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's Paranormal Record, kids.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
this is
awesome. Exciting. Appreciate it.
When I said I'd love to have you for an interview, I didn't know it would be today.
Bam! Right now. Right now.
This is great.
Work fast.
Yes.
Yeah, this is very fast.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
All right.
Cool. It was so light. I didn't even know it was coming through, but then it was just a touch. I kind of like that mix. It's not bad.
one that had the LED fresh line. He just want to talk about that.
That's nice. That's cool.
Yeah, that's GI Comics. Awesome stuff there. Go send us some Brian at GI Comics.
Oh, I'm tired. I need another energy drink, right? You all right?
All right.
Hey, all right.
Sorry about that.
So yeah, it's about a wrap for the first day. It's been a wild one.
It's been a long day.
It has been a long day.
Yeah.
It's gonna be longer tomorrow, but fun. I think it'll be more fun. We have
11 to 5.
11 to 5. Yeah,
11 to 5.
11 to 5. Pretty fun. Everyone needs to come out if you haven't come out already.
Yeah.
Lots of really cool people. Lots of really cool swag. Cool vendors.
Yeah.
Just cool.
Great vendors.
Just great. Yeah.
Just also got the event tonight.
Yeah. There's gonna be some really cool. Did she say something about a newlywed game or something?
I think this is a newlywed game. There's going to be a panel. Aaron Sager is hosting a panel tonight.
Yeah.
I think the ticket price also includes dinner and a complimentary beverage.
Ooh.
If I'm not mistaken.
Some libation.
So, ooh. Yeah.
Oh.
We are surveyors of fine spirits.
Yes, we are surveyors of fine spirits.
Yeah.
We don't make it, but we drank it. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, so on behalf of Talk Haunted to Me, we're going to sign off. I'm Chris.
I am also Chris.
And we will see you guys tomorrow for round 2.
All right.
All right.